This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
How is it possible? How is it possible to have peace with a neighbor who is pledged to your destruction? How is that possible? How is a political solution possible between two neighbors when one of the neighbors is pledged to the other neighbor's destruction? How is that possible? How is a two-state solution possible? Two neighbors living side by side. When one neighbor rejoices in and celebrates the rape, the torture, and the killing of the other neighbor. How is a two-state solution possible? How can there ever be any agreement? Now think about this. How can there be any agreement, any peace agreement, any understanding, any solution to what's going on in the Middle East as long as a people, Hamas, Hezbollah, and all the other Islamic terror groups surrounding Israel, as long as they all are committed to destroying Israel. This is, everything else aside, this is the problem. Peace is impossible with a neighbor like that. Peace is impossible as long as a people pledges to destroy their neighbor. And we can talk about 75 years, and we can talk about displacement, and we can talk about settlements, and we can talk about land deals. We can talk about all of that. You can, and I can debate and even justify why the Palestinian people are so upset and so pissed off at Israel. We can debate that. But we're here now, and they're here now. And they're at a place now, the Palestinian people, through their governments, they're at a place now where they say and they believe and they swear and they commit acts of terror based on what they say and believe and swear that Israel does not have a right to exist. It's what they believe. It's what they profess. It's in their government charter. It's what they've said, not just Hamas, Palestinian Authority, not just Hamas, Fatah, not just Hamas, Hezbollah, not just Hamas, Iran, not just Hamas, the Islamic Jihad. I could go on. It is in their government charters. It's what they teach their children. Israel does not have a right to exist. It's why they celebrate when Israelis are killed, when Israelis are raped, when Israelis are beheaded, when Israelis are butchered, when Israelis are tortured. The Palestinian people celebrate. They cheer, they applaud, they drag dead Israeli bodies through their towns. Israel doesn't do that. How can you have peace? How's there, people bemoan and people say there's no military solution to what's going on in the Middle East. Maybe, maybe not. But how's there a political solution? How is there ever a political solution? When one side doesn't believe the other side has a right to exist. And they spend every working hour of every working day acting out on that. How do you get to a political solution? You don't. You don't. It's the great fallacy of this thing people call the two-state solution. It's an impossibility, this thing called the two-state solution. There is no such thing as a two-state solution when one of the states does not believe the other state has a right to exist. It is an impossibility. And unless that is ever changed, unless the Palestinian people ever change their mindset, unless they stop teaching their kids from kindergarten on to hate and kill Jews, until they stop naming parks and schools after martyrs and terrorists, until they stop believing terrorists are martyrs, terrorists who kill Jews are martyrs, you will never have peace. There will never be a political solution until that side changes that attitude. And until then, Israel militarily must do what Israel must do. I'm Joe Walsh. Thank you for listening. This is White Flag with Joe Walsh. Email me, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. Joe Walsh White Flag, that's one word, @gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.